Introduction to HTML5. Computers have become a vital part of our daily life. Behind the popularity of computers, Internet plays the most essential role. Without Internet, a computer cannot do much, especially when it comes to share information between the computers. Internet forms a network of computers across the globe. Internet connects the computers to each other in order to share the data and information. A server acts as a main computer on the Internet. A server stores and runs a website. The computers that access the websites on the server using the Internet connection are called clients. Each website consists of web pages which may contain text, graphics, audio, video, links, and hyperlinks. Have you ever wondered how these contents are added to a web page? A web page is created using the HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the most widely used language to develop a web document. It is a tag-based language. Different commands and coding are used to create a web page. To see the end result, you need to use a web browser. A web browser converts the HTML coding and displays the end result on the screen. Remember, a web page is displayed on the World Wide Web. In this chapter, you will learn about HTML5. HTML5 is the current major version of the HTML standard. The first HTML5 public draft was released in the year 2008. HTML5 was officially released on 28 October 2014. IT Facts. Tim Berners-Lee is known as the father of the World Wide Web, WWW. No more. Links and hyperlinks are the highlighted text that allows you to jump directly to a specific topic or page within a website or to other website. These links could also be in the form of image. No more. In 1991, the first draft version of HTML was made public. It was called HTML tags. HTML was created by Tim Berners-Lee. HTML tools. To create an HTML document, you need to have two basic tools. HTML editor. It is used to create and save the HTML files. Web browser. It is used to view the end result. HTML editors. Like any other computer language, HTML2 needs software to enter the coding. These types of software are known as HTML editors. The types of HTML editors to create HTML documents are as follows. Text editors. To create an HTML document using the text editor, you need to have a sound knowledge of HTML coding. In this case, all the commands are entered manually. Some of the most popular HTML text editors are Notepad, TextPad, TextMate, Atom, Sublime Text, and many more. WYSIWYG editors. WYSIWYG stands for What You See is What You Get. It is an alternative to manual coding. Unlike a text editor, a WYSIWYG editor allows you to create a web page without having any knowledge about writing HTML coding. These editors use graphical interfaces and tools to create and design web pages. Using these editors, inserting images, tables, lists, and hyperlinks have become quite easy. It is an amazing method to create a web page. This makes you create an HTML document faster and without much of efforts. Some of the popular WYSIWYG editors are as follows: Microsoft Publisher, Adobe Dreamweaver CC, Setka Editor, Frola Editor, and many more. HTML tags. Let us learn how to code in HTML. The components that make up the HTML code are tags, elements, and attributes. Tags. HTML is a tag-based language. Tags are the basic and the most essential component in creating an HTML document. The pair of angle brackets define a tag. For example, HTML. These are less than and greater than signs. Make sure you begin a tag with less than sign and end it with a greater than sign. It is an opening tag and is also known as on tag. It has only angle brackets. It is the closing tag and is also known as off tag. It has a forward slash right after the opening angle bracket. Each tag contains specific instructions to tell the web browser what to do. Elements. The text or instruction that appears between the angle brackets is known as the element. The element enclosed in the angle brackets describes what kind of tag it is. For example, the above element indicates the web browser that this is an HTML file. The off tag of HTML is close off tag. There are two types of HTML elements which are explained here. Container elements. These are the HTML elements that have both on and off tags. For example, this is a container element. Empty elements. These are the HTML elements that have only an on tag and do not need an off tag. For example, the BR tag, which is used to force a line break. It does not require a closing tag. The HR tag is another example of empty element. It is used to draw a horizontal line. Attributes. You can change the default behavior of any tag. This can be done by adding an attribute to it. An HTML attribute provides extra and specific information about the elements. In HTML, there are lots of different kinds of attributes you can include in the tags. There are two types of an attribute: the attribute name and the value of the attribute. Rules to enter an attribute in a tag are as follows. An attribute is always specified and enclosed within the beginning tag. For example, give a space after the tag. Add an equal to sign immediately after the attribute name. Value is enclosed in double quotes. Image.jpg attribute specifies the file name. Rules for writing HTML codes. The rules for writing the HTML codes are as follows. All the tags are enclosed within the angle brackets. For example, HTML, body, and so on. Tag names are not case sensitive. For example, HTML is same as HTML. However, it is always a good practice to use the lowercase for writing and coding. After opening an element, it is must to close each element. For example, there are some exception elements which do not have closing tags. For example, BR, HR, and so on. Note, when tags are embedded, that is, initiating a tag with another tag, you must close the inner tag or tags before closing the outer tag or tags. For example, nesting tags. Attribute values must be enclosed in double quotes. Attribute names are not case sensitive, whereas an attribute value can be case sensitive. In HTML coding, spaces between the tags are not recognized. Therefore, do not make any difference. For example, both the above statements are treated equally in HTML. The closing tag must have a / right after the opening angle bracket. For example, a tag name cannot contain any space. For example, this tag is not treated same as this tag. Moreover, there must be no space after and before the angle brackets of a tag. For example, this is a correct method, this is incorrect method. Structure of an HTML document. A basic HTML document contains 4 tags, without which HTML coding is incomplete. Together, these 4 tags form the basic structure of an HTML document. The basic structure of an HTML5 document is as follows. Let us learn about each element of the basic HTML structure with the help of this table. Creating HTML document using Notepad. To create an HTML document using Notepad text editor, follow the steps given here. Click on Start button, Windows Accessories, Notepad. The Notepad window appears. Enter the HTML code exactly as shown here. Click on the File menu, select the Save option. The Save As dialog box appears. Select the desired location to save the file. In the File Name box, type in a suitable name with an extension .html or .htm. Click on the Save button. Viewing an HTML document using a web browser. Notepad is used only to enter the coding. It does not display the end result. To view the HTML document, you have to use a web browser. Some of the most popular web browsers are Microsoft Edge, Apple Safari, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, and Internet Explorer. Let us view the recently created HTML file using the Google Chrome web browser. Open Google Chrome. Press Ctrl+O key combination. Note, unlike Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome does not contain any menu bar. That is why this key combination is used. In the Open dialog box, locate and select the required HTML file. Click on the Open button. The selected HTML file opens on the Google Chrome browser window. Tip: if you do not want to open the HTML document through the Open dialog box, then follow the given method to open a desired HTML document on the Google Chrome web browser. Click on the address bar. Type in the letter for the drive where you have stored the required HTML file. For example, we have saved the HTML document in D drive. Then type D. Notice the HTML files saved in D drive are suggested in the drop-down list. To select the required file, place the pointer on it and then click to open. Editing an HTML document. Like any other documents, you can make changes in an HTML document also. To edit an HTML document, locate the desired HTML file in your computer drives or memory. Here we have opened the recently created HTML file. Right-click on the file. A shortcut menu appears. Place the pointer onto the Open With option. Select the Notepad option in the sub-menu as shown in figure. The HTML document opens in the Notepad. Now, make the required changes in the file as shown here. Save the changes using File, Save option. Next time when you will view this HTML document in a web browser, it will show the changes made in it. Basic HTML elements. To make your web page appealing and presentable, you will require some HTML elements which are explained one by one. Line break element. In a text editor or a word processor, when you wish to start the text from a new line, you simply press the Shift plus Enter key combination. This command adds a line break. But in HTML, you cannot use this command to produce a line break in your document. It is because a web browser does not recognize any paragraph formatting in HTML text. In HTML, the BR element is used to produce a line break in text. Features of BR element. The BR element is an empty element since it does not have a closing tag. The BR element does not have any attributes. The BR tag is given at the end of the line after which you wish to apply the line break. One BR tag gives a line break and two BR tags give two line breaks, and so on. Let us understand the utility of BR tag with the help of following examples. Writing HTML code without BR tag. Enter the following HTML codes in Notepad. Save the file with the extension .html or .htm. Open the HTML file in a web browser. Notice there are two line breaks displayed on a web page. However, you have entered the text in multiple new lines, but the web browser displayed all the lines in the form of a single paragraph. Example 2. Inserting BR tags in a document. Open the recently created file. Add the BR tags at the places shown in figure. Click File, Save to save the changes done in the document. Then again open it in a web browser. Notice the text followed by the BR tag splits as a new paragraph and the multiple line breaks at the places where multiple BR tags are inserted. Paragraph. The paragraph element is used to display a block of text as a paragraph on a browser. It is a container element since it has both the on and off tags. However, it can also be used as an empty tag, but it is a good practice to use as a container element. The syntax is P, close tag P. The browser adds an empty line before and after the paragraph. let us learn how to use the paragraph element P. Type and save the given HTML code in Notepad. Remember, always save an HTML document with the extension .html or .htm. Now, open the HTML file in a browser. Observe the output of the entered coding. Heading. Every piece of writing has at least one heading in it. For example, a poem has a title as its heading, newspapers have headlines, chapters in your textbooks have title, main heading and subheadings of a topic, and sometimes multiple levels of subheadings. Heading element is used to display the defined text bigger and darker than the normal body content. It also adds a blank line before and after the heading. Let us learn how to display a piece of text as a heading in an HTML document using the heading element. HTML provides 6 heading levels, which are from H1 to H6. Syntax: HN to close tag HN. The N indicates a heading level, which can be any value from 1 to 6. The HN element tells the browser that the text enclosed between the opening and closing tags is a heading. Type the following HTML code in Notepad. Save the file with the name HTML heading levels. Now open the file in a web browser. Observe the different heading levels displayed by the browser. HR tag. In an HTML document, you can display a horizontal line across the web page. The HR tag is used to draw a horizontal line, generally to separate the blocks of text or to display a thematic break on a web page. In HTML, the HR tag is also known as horizontal rule. It is an empty element, for it has no off tag. Type the given HTML code in Notepad. Save the file as an HTML document. View it on a web browser screen. Applying text effects. Suppose you want to apply bold, italic or underline effect to a piece of text in an HTML document. Which tags are used to accomplish this operation? To learn about these tags, carefully examine this table. All the tags described in this table are container elements since they have both on and off tags. Type the given HTML code. Save the document as an HTML file. Open the file in a web browser. Notice the output. Sub and sub elements. Suppose your teacher has asked you to enter some chemical equation or formula in an HTML document. For example, H2O equals to H2 plus O2. Y equals to Y squared plus 2. How will you achieve this task? You have learnt about the subscript and superscript formatting options in Microsoft Word chapters. Since you cannot directly use these features in HTML, therefore, you need to use a specific coding for this. Look at this table. The sub tag and sub tag are container elements. Let us understand the use of sub and sub tags with the help of an example. Type and save the following HTML code in Notepad. HTML comments. Sometimes you may need to add certain instructions or points in an HTML file that you wish should not be displayed on the browser. In such a situation, you can use comment tags. The text entered as a comment will be ignored by browser. Hence, an HTML comment is not displayed in the end result. The syntax for the comment tag is, as shown here, the opening angle bracket is immediately followed by an exclamation mark. Then, place the comment text between the pair of dashes. Close the angle bracket. Let us understand the utility of comment tag with the help of this example. Type and save the HTML code in Notepad. Now open the file in a browser. Notice the text placed between the comment tags is not displayed in the end result on the web browser. Nesting of elements. In HTML, one tag can hold one or more tags within it. This means you can use a new tag without even closing the previous one. This is called nesting of elements or nesting tags. For example, HTML. It is the first tag of any HTML document, but it does not close until the end. Within the opening HTML and closing HTML tags, many tags are used. Another example is the title element is enclosed within the head element. Consider this example. Let us learn how to use nested tags in HTML. Correct method. This is an example of nested tags. Observe carefully. In this example, the tags do not close in the order they open. Rather, they close in reverse order. This is the correct method to close the nested tags. Incorrect method. This is an example of nested tags. Notice in this example, the tags close in the order they open. This is not the correct method to close the nested tags. Let us understand the nesting of elements in HTML with the help of this example. Type and save the HTML code in Notepad. Now open the file in a browser. Notice the output.
Quick recall. A web page is created using the HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the most widely used language to develop a web document. It is a tag-based language. Different commands and coding are used to create a web page. To see the end result, a web browser is needed. A web browser converts the HTML coding and displays the end result on the screen. The types of HTML editors to create HTML documents are as follows: WYSIWYG and text editors. Tags are the basic and the most essential component in creating an HTML document. The pair of angle brackets define a tag. The text or instruction that appears between the angle brackets is known as the element. An attribute refers to a quality or a feature regarded as a characteristic of something. Tag names are not case sensitive. For example, capital HTML is same as small html. The element is used to produce a line break in text. The paragraph element is used to display a block of text as a paragraph on a browser. HTML provides 6 heading levels, which are from H1 to H6. The tag is used to draw a horizontal line generally to separate the blocks of text. In HTML, to apply bold, italic and underline effect to a piece of text, and tags are used, respectively. The tag and tag are used to display the enclosed text slightly below and above the normal baseline. The tag and tag are container elements. The text entered as a comment will be ignored by browser. The syntax for the comment tag is: in HTML, elements placed within other HTML elements is called nesting of elements.